Hello, and welcome back to the next episode of the Self Development with Tactics podcast. I'm freaking pumped. Yeah, I am. Even though I think we might be going through something that I've already been gone through. The thing is, I don't remember, therefore it might just, doesn't matter. Therefore, see you after the intro and the new book summary from the paulminus.com website. I think it's going to be quite interesting from a few standpoints on way. Never mind. But yeah, with that being said, hello and welcome to the next episode of the podcast of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. Strange beginning of the whole thing. But yeah, I do think we're not gonna just waste any time there. So as you can see, I'm on the Paul Miners, not on the James Clear, not on any else website, but on the paulminers.com website. It is an amazing website for all the people who are just trying to look for a great site for free and also relatively detailed book summaries. They are, what does relatively mean? They are just really fucking detailed, which is amazing, which is really fucking amazing. Still, yeah, it is really good. And as you can see, it is detailed. It is really detailed. It is long as fucking hell, which is amazing. You know, in terms of book summaries, this is amazing because this totally shows you that this person actually, maybe even struggled with kind of repackaging it into just a very small size because it wasn't able. And or, which also then just correlates to, okay, this book is good. And or that, this is very detailed, which is, I think, and as far as I know and by my experience, is the case with the paulminus.com website. But yeah, without wasting any time, we are going through The Way of the Seal by Mark Divine or whatever. His name is so similar, and also the book is so similar, and me clicking on this is so kind of me that I actually think like, okay, we went through this already. The thing is, I don't know, I don't remember the content of the book, therefore there might be something in that is very, very valuable. So I'm just going through it, no matter what. So The Way of the Seal by Mark Divine identifies a number of skills that you can build on and develop. These skills align with the SEAL's way of life and will enable you to think and act like an elite warrior. These lessons in leadership and life are applicable to business, personal life, and any challenges you may face. Mark Divine has a series of exercises and questions that will help you to develop the necessary skills. The Way of the Seal is an enjoyable and educational read for anyone looking to develop their leadership skills. The thing is, most often, and especially on the paulminus.com website, you can find, it is just so amazing how much different I sound when I'm having my blanket in front of me. It's just way better. It is really way better. The thing is with the paulminus.com website is that most of the time you can find leadership books there. Something that I'm really not looking for because I'm not a leader. At least I'm not thinking about myself as a leader. Therefore, if you're searching for other books, you can still find them. There are just a lot of them. Marketing, self-help in general. So like the typical kind of self-help stuff from Tony Robbins, for example. But I would say a big portion of it is definitely about leadership and how to lead things, how to lead actually people rather than things. But yeah. So who is the summary for? This is actually the exact same text as before, therefore I'm not going to read it. About the author. Mark Divine was an active SEAL for 9 years. He followed this with a further 11 years on the reserve before retiring in 2011. He portrayed some of the most impressive leadership skills during his time as a SEAL and was encouraged to develop a training program for SEAL trainees, which has proven an improvement in the quality of new recruits. Mark has since enjoyed teaching and numerous entrepreneurial endeavors, including writing his book SEAL Fit and most recently developing the Unbeatable Mind Academy. Mark now resides in California with his family and continues his journey to train, learn, and teach. Amazing. It is quite pretty interesting, to be honest, that a lot of those SEALs or those retired SEALs are actually writing books and are just doing some entrepreneurial stuff afterwards, as Jocko Willink, the author of with Babin is his last name. I think it's Life. It's Leif Babin, which is the co-author of Extreme Ownership. So Jocko Willink and Leif Babin have written this book, which is just an amazing book. I've really enjoyed it, also because the whole story part of the book is just really interesting, because everything is kind of explained through military stories that they actually went through or were in and whatever. Very interesting, very, very deeply interesting. To just also kind of see what it is like to be in war, I guess. He's not talking about it as just something pretty nice or something. It's just fucking bad. Like, it is. And he also says that, and you can feel that as well. But yeah, so in this summary, the summary will take us through the 8 key principles that Divine covers in his book. Principle 1 covers establishing your set point. The second principle discusses developing front-side focus. And the third principle covers bulletproofing your mission. The fourth and fifth principles are about doing things that others won't and encourage your own mental toughness. Principle 6 is called breaking things, and Principle 7 focuses on building your own intuition. Finally, Principle 8 emphasizes the importance of thinking offensive all of the time. I do just have to point out right there that doing things that other people are not doing is very crucial. The thing is, something that Gary Vee actually said, and yeah, I'm already citizen. Is it citizen or citing? I'm already just quoting him. Let's say quoting him. I'm already quoting him in the first episode of this fucking book summary. Yeah, I'm doing this because he just spits a lot of things that I just really believe in, and I think are right and true and just really are applicable and whatsoever. So that's just pretty great to kind of summarize this a little bit. But what he said was, if you want to just live like an anomaly, which means like you want to have that big car, you want to have that big house, you want to have that, great physique, you also have to act like an anomaly, which I think is definitely the case. Like, those people that are having a great physique did something for the great physique. Those people, or just a big amount of them who are just rich, did something for them being rich. Unless those people that just, inherited a lot of things or a lot of money. Is it what I think it is? I don't know. I think it is, but I'm not quite sure. I'm really not. Never mind. The thing is, you just have to act according to what you're willing to get to. And I first of all totally believe in it, and second of all find that it is just a pretty great thing to remind yourself on, because something that I often see is that people like to dream, and there's nothing wrong about this. There's nothing wrong to dream about certain scenarios, certain things, but most often just people do not want to go through the shit, and people do not want to go or do the shitty stuff to actually get to the pretty great stuff. Nobody seems to be willing to do that, actually, which I can understand. Like, of course, just it is tough. Life is tough. Again, something that Gary Vee said. But never mind. This is actually one of the things that I can talk about. Because I'm always trying to make my life not easy. Getting up at 6 o'clock, even though I'm just in my holidays or on my holidays, theoretically. But I give a fuck about it, because it is just about my well-being and about me just feeling good when I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and just do my shit before anybody else do something. And it is like 1:30 p.m. now. And I've done just with this, what I'm doing right here, I've done everything that I just should do for the whole day long, or should do on this particular day. And now think about it, like, okay, just because I woke up just, I think, 2 to 3 hours earlier just means that I'm able to, have an extra 9 hours it is before I actually have to go to bed, so that I actually then get also my 8 hours of fucking sleep. Something that I've also been trying today is actually not consuming anything, because most often, I'm really getting distracted by watching YouTube videos, just doing other various shit that is really not productive, and I just really been focusing today on not doing it. I've been listening to music which was something on the edge, to be honest, because while I actually already worked out at from I think 10 o'clock in the morning to 11 or something, it was great. It really was great. I can really kind of just suggest it for you. If you kind of struggle with time management, just get up earlier and do the shit earlier. Just amazing. It really is, especially because I kind of feel like that I'm just the most productive in the really early morning. Then just at noon, somehow around, then it gets a little bit the whole productivity just falls down a little bit. But yeah. It is amazing. Wake up earlier, do shit earlier. It's amazing. It really is amazing. But something that I also wanted to say is that, and I've forgotten that. Fuck. Not good. Not that good. And also don't judge yourself. Like, okay, I've forgotten it, but I won't judge my fucking self for that, because this is totally human. This is hummus. Now it's hummus. I don't give a fuck. It's hummus now. Book summary. Leadership. Divine. I don't know how he's actually pronounced, and I'm very sorry if I just pronounce him wrongly. And I think it actually happens to me quite often that I'm pronouncing people wrongly. But yeah, it is what it is. I can't do anything against it, but actually kind of just searching them up beforehand and just trying to figure out how they are pronounced beforehand. But yeah, this is what it is now. So divine or divine, I think it's divine, explains that leadership is not an expression of an organization or power system. Rather, leadership is something that needs to come from the heart of an individual. This individual needs to be someone who is capable of leading a team from the front and also pushing the team from behind. A genuine leader will take risks to ensure that their team is cohesive and working together. A divine or divine believes that organizations need to take more responsibility when it comes to individual leaders. Organizations need to encourage potential leaders by providing development opportunities and promoting real-life learning. The thing that I like the most about this certain point is that he points out, okay, it must come from the heart. Something that I think is applicable to a lot of things, as well as what I'm doing right here. If I wouldn't have any fucking passion for what I'm doing right here, I think chance of me actually getting successful with what I'm doing right here, which I can't actually kind of tell right now because I'm not successful up to this point, are pretty low because I'm not passionate. And the thing is, people notice when other people are not passionate about whatever they're doing. Yeah, it is the case. Like, it is just the case. It is what it is. You can't do anything about it. Well, you can, but yeah. It is really the case. Like, people notice quite a lot of shit. Something that I've noticed as well. I've noticed that a lot of people notice shit. Like, it's really the case. Like, people notice stuff, whether it be just about, okay, other people being passionate, other people, I think in general, feelings and emotional states that other people might be in is something that people just recognize and notice and kind of figure out, which is actually good. The thing is, I don't know if so many people would actually kind of approach you if they actually see, okay, you're not feeling good, you're seemingly not feeling good. I don't know. I think it is just the most stupid thing there is in the whole humanity shit, because, like, yeah, the thing is, and I've been talking about it just way too often, I guess, just people don't point out stuff. People would never approach somebody even though they think they're looking cool or they're just wearing something cool, even though they're thinking it. Like, I just sometimes really force myself to actually give the compliment. Like, if I'm just noticing that I'm thinking like, okay, I just like the glasses somebody's wearing, especially, I'm not necessarily talking about strangers, because if it's, about strangers and whatsoever, it is something different. Like, it's totally fucked up just getting up to a stranger or approaching a stranger randomly and being like, well, I like your glasses. Well, I understand this. I really understand this. What I don't understand is when it is about relatively close people, and also people that are already having an interview, already having a conversation with you, then it is totally okay to kind of say like, okay, I like your trousers, I like your shoes, I like your smile. Well, I don't know. A fear might be that the other person might kind of think that you want to bang them. Not the case, actually. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on a little bit. Wanna just provide a lot of value in this one. Because the other episode that I uploaded today already is only 19 minutes long. I think it is one of the shortest kind of real full-time, full-frame episodes that I did up to this fucking point. But yeah, let's move on with principle 1. Set point establishment. By defining your stand and purpose, you will be able to use them as an internal GPS. When the winds of pain and pleasure blow, you won't change course. Defining your stand. Divine explains explains that in order to truly lead from the field, it is critical that you understand who you are as a person, what makes you tick and what drives you. If you do not understand yourself, how are you going to understand your team? Divine explains that this awareness allows you to be courageous in times of fear. He explains that fear is something too many people shrink away from or do their best to avoid. However, a true leader shouldn't shy away from fear. Leaders understand that fear is perfectly natural, and they are capable of acting in the appropriate way for both themselves and their teams when facing times of fear. Divine explains that when defining your stand, it is important that you acknowledge all of the important character traits that you want to clearly express, even the ones that you aren't completely on top of yet. Include this in your embodiment, as you will get there soon. I first of all totally believe that self-awareness is something that's incredibly important. Like, it really is incredibly important, just because, like, knowing yourself just provides a lot of advantages over not knowing yourself. Just because, like, okay, if you know yourself, you know how to treat yourself, you know what is probably bothering you if you're not feeling good. You kind of can just be sure that you're feeling good. I guess, at least, how you're thinking about it. Do you think it is the case or not? Would be interesting. But, the thing is, just knowing yourself is very important. But the thing is, what I've been thinking about, sometimes I do not understand about myself sometimes why I do shit, why shit happens, why I'm feeling shit, and whatsoever. I kind of think about certain things, I do just have something in my mind, but it's not pretty much clear. The thing, on the other hand, is that I'm kind of relatively good at just knowing how other people are feeling or how the team maybe is feeling. I don't know why, I really don't know why. Maybe it's even like I only think about it as if I am able to do so, and I'm actually not. I don't know. The thing is, does it have to mean only because you don't know yourself or you can't understand yourself that well, that you aren't able to understand others that well? Because I wouldn't necessarily say so. And another point that I'm willing to point out is that the generalization in this certain paragraph, because I don't know, does really every leader, have to just not be fearful of anything or just be, so open-minded, if you want to say? I don't know. Does every leader has to be the case to just maybe be a good leader or just actually be a leader? I don't know. I really don't. But yeah. Let's see. Define your purpose. Purpose is, by the way, just one of the most important fucking things there is in life, I guess. And also, just the thing is, if you don't have purpose in your life yet, or at least you don't know your purpose in life yet, just think about it. Like, what are you doing? The thing is, I'm doing the videos here. I'm the video guy right now. At the point in time, I'm the podcast guy, I'm the video guy, I'm the self-development podcast fucking guy. This is what I am at the time. The thing is, this is also somehow my purpose. Like, it is correlated. Like, I at least think I want to just give happiness to people. Something that I've noticed just the past week, I think it was. I want to give people fucking positivity and happiness. And I'm trying to do so. I might have not figured everything out yet, which is not bad and which is also not bad for you if you haven't as well. But I'm just going there. As he already said before, you will get there soon. But yeah, having a purpose in life is incredibly important, as Viktor Frankl actually already figured out, as he was in the concentration camp and in the Nazi concentration camp. having purpose there is very important. Yeah, so what is your purpose? Please ask yourself this question and figure it out, what your purpose is. What are you willing to change on this fucking planet? What change are you willing to make, as Seth Godin might say in this position? So what change do you want to make on this planet? I want to bring happiness to people, I guess, and I also want to just give value and knowledge to people. And yeah, I don't know. I like happiness. I deeply love happiness. I do just want to have people happy. I do not want people to be fucking sad. I don't fucking know even why. Especially for those people that are actually living in a first world country, as I've been talking about it just so way fucking more often. It is incredible. I'm in a first world country, probably just a relatively, actually a pretty small part of the whole world's population is living in first world countries. But the thing is, still a lot of people are, and still a lot of people that are living in those countries are not happy, and I do not understand why. I can understand it, of course. There's gonna be just some bad days, some fucked up days, some days that are just really not that nice. Even though there are no bad days, there are only days you can learn a lot from, as I've picked up somewhere, I don't know where, but I think it is actually kind of a good saying that there is no bad day, just because it is kind of rewiring your brain to some degree, because you just think about it as not so negative, but as something that is positive. It's about perspective there again. But yeah, if you're living in a fucking first world country, if you have water, food, a family, just a roof above your heads, everything is nice. Everything is cool. There are a lot of people who do not have the shit that you're having. I don't know. So should I actually go through this? Yeah, I should. So define your purpose. By defining your stand, you are essentially answering what you would do in any given situation, prompted by who you are and your characteristics. Very important, I guess. Actually kinda layering your purpose on top of your characteristics and what you're good at just somehow makes sense. As well as just kinda layering what you're willing to do as a job or as labor or whatever, on top of your characteristics and on top of what you're good at already, because it just makes sense, is also a good thing. But yeah, there's a quote. However, your purpose is slightly different. Your purpose is about why you are here. So another great question you should ask yourself: why are you here on this planet? Besides the whole fact, okay, your mother gave birth to you, okay, I know that. Nah, but what is your fucking purpose? Why are you here? What are you trying to do? What is the change that you're willing to make? What bothers you the most on this fucking planet? For me, it might be the negativity of people. I don't know. Could be the case, At least this is actually what I would like to have, to just, I don't know, when I'm dying, just being named the guy that actually made a lot of people happy by what he was doing. Wouldn't this be amazing? For me, it feels amazing. I don't know how you were thinking about it, but for me, it is fucking amazing. Yeah. There's a little quote: clarify your values so you can become the kind of person who can stand his or her ground every day. Values answer the question, what do I want more of or less of in my life? And there is just going to be principle 2, but I'm just thinking about going through principle 2 the next time. But still, I do want this episode to be a little bit longer as the other ones. Therefore, just talking a little bit there, I guess. I think this is so far a pretty good one, to be honest. Just because I'm seeing, and as he also pointed out before, you can apply those things not only to leadership situations or questions maybe, but also to just life questions and life in general. And I'm spinning around, that's nice. Which is nice. Leadership as such is something that I do not really want to cover on this channel and also podcast, just because I'm not a fucking leader yet. I'm not at the time. So therefore, just talking about stuff that I'm really just knowing nothing about just makes very little sense for me. to some degree it does in terms of parenting, because I got parented as well. Therefore, well, yeah. But yeah, I'm not a leader. Have I been led? Have I? I guess actually not. No, I think I haven't. But still, I guess that leadership is something that's incredibly important. Therefore, it is there. The leadership part is there. But you can also apply it to other various situations into your life or aspects of your life, which is just the most amazing thing, because it is applicable to quite everything then, which is good. It should just have so many facets to choose from, to apply this to, is amazing. It is amazing. But yeah, I also hope that you're enjoying it, Will actually be nice. Something that I'm really looking forward to is actually having, I think, a community. Like, it is really not about the money, I guess. For sure it is also just like, okay, if I would be making money with what I'm doing right here, it would just be amazing. It would just be amazing. It is what it is, It would just be amazing. The thing is, just having a community is would just so be great. At least I'm thinking about it as just being great. Of course, there's going to be just a lot of work in terms of, replying to comments, reading comments and all this stuff. It is just some work. On the other hand, it is also great, but I would actually know whether I should actually go ahead with this one or not, besides my own opinion and actually what I should go through in general. Because sometimes I don't know, and then having a community and having people saying like, okay, I want to see this, I want to see that, I do not want to see this, and I do not want to see that, would be actually pretty nice. Looking forward to that. In a year, maybe in 2 years, 3 years. Therefore, it's very important to actually also do something that you are passionate about, that you like. Just because, it's not gonna be easy. And it's gonna take some time, and if you're then just doing something that you do not like, and you do not, you're kind of forcing yourself to do, then it gets relatively difficult. Because you're gonna fucking drown yourself in the end, just because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of time spending on something that you do not like is just difficult. But this is what it is. But thank you very much for listening and watching. And I wish you the best health, happiness, and also success. But I hope that you're also reminding yourself on how you're going to be remembered. So basically your legacy, living for the funeral in the end. Because we have it in our control. Like, the legacy is in our control. The thing is, we aren't liked by everyone, and we are not going to be liked by everyone. There's still going to be some haters around, just because, this is what it is. We can't serve everyone. But with that being said, I wish you the best. Thanks again for watching and listening, and I'll see you the next time.